So we're here with Lance, climate activist and environmentalist, and is one of our very first guardians. And to begin with, we just want to get to know you and know what was the spark for all of this and what was the inspiration behind it all?
Yeah, so I started off just looking at a video of Greta Thunberg's speech, and her no-nonsense attitude really got to me. She just laid bare the situation.
The main solution, however, is so simple that even a small child can understand it.
And so I went home, I did some research, and to 10-year-old me, it was quite obvious that the situation was worse than what my textbook told me. The Earth was sick, and it was very, very sick. So I just started striking like I saw Greta did. I took a sign out and I striked, and I did not go to school for a day.
So how many days have you been doing it? How many weeks have you been doing it now?
Yeah, so I've changed my style quite a bit. I'm on around 185 weeks right now.
Gosh, wow, coming up to 200 then?
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of different activities, mainly kind of leafleting, talking to people about the climate crisis like I did, and I also do workshops, I pressure MPs, I speak at various companies, and those are all kind of part of my weekly actions.
Wow. You're 14 years old. What would you say to other students your age, or just anyone your age, about how they can get involved and make a difference?
Yeah, basically anyone can have an impact, anyone can have a difference. Even I just started off by taking a sign, skipping a day of school and just talking to people, and that's what I've been doing every week. I've just been taking a sign, talking to people and spreading the message in whatever way I can. Might still have the old date on it. So yeah, sign up is on there. If you'd like a leaflet as well. And one of the main things to do, obviously, is finding your network, finding your tribe. Yeah. And it'll come naturally as long as you start acting. First of all, the people around you will see what you're doing, and that will have an impact on them. And then as long as you persist, as long as you keep going, you start meeting like-minded people, start finding and building up a network in your hometown, in your city. And you can also find and join networks, and one of the big ones would be Guardians of the Forest, finding a group of like-minded people, finding a group of people to share discussion and share actions with.
The clock is ticking, and we knew this conference couldn't wait until some other time.
What can world leaders of all countries and governments all over the world do to protect our biodiversity, as we're in a biodiversity crisis and a climate breakdown? What can they do? I think
the first and most major thing they can do is honor that 30 by 30 target that was recently established in Montreal. It's good that it's gone through. It's good that nations have finally accepted that target. However, there are no legal repercussions, and people need to go through with their words.
So we saw in Hong Kong you were doing lots of proactive climate action work like beach cleans and much more. Now that you're here in Brighton, what are you doing? How does it differ?
Back in Hong Kong, obviously, I did kind of beach cleans where I ended up taking massive styrofoam drums that they would use on ships to prevent the ship from, crashing into the dock. But after those got damaged, they would just lob them into the ocean. They would end up washed up on the beach or in the mangrove. And styrofoam is obviously extremely detrimental because it can split into millions of tiny little pieces and get eaten very quickly by the wildlife. Over here, interestingly enough, we did try beach cleanup down Brighton Beach, but obviously it's very touristy. So it's actually kept quite clean down there. Oh. However, you do get some dirty water coming out from southern water.
Of course.
They actually dump a lot of raw sewage into the ocean, which is not great. Here, it's very different because I have access to the British Climate Action Network, and I've been able to start organising my own protests. I organised 2 protests, one on the 12th November, one on 3rd March, and we had about 100 people in attendance at each, and we marched through Brighton.
So we've seen that you've been advocating for lots of climate-conscious decisions. What do you mean by that?
Basically, every decision you make and every dollar you spend can have an impact on the Earth. And that's ranging from what you choose to eat, are you going to buy new clothes or secondhand clothes, but crucially, it's moving your money. It's what are you investing in? Are you investing in BP, or are you investing in new solutions, new companies, green solutions? Crucially, it's not just your own money, It's challenging the people around you. It's challenging your company, your school. Where are you putting that money? Where are you putting your pension fund? Where is that being invested, for example?
When it comes to the climate question, a lot of people are overwhelmed. There's a lot of doom and gloom out there. A lot of people think there's nothing we can do, the solutions are too hard, so we might as well just ride the wave and give up. Clearly that's not what we want to do at Guardians, and I'm sure that's not what you want to do, but what would you say to people to stay positive? What is on the horizon that we can actually say, oh, it's good news coming our way?
I think one of the main things would just be, once again, knowing that you can have an impact on people around you as long as you persist, as long as you're acting. Even I actually, by kind of doing what I've been doing, I ended up in a middle school kind of a resource booklet for teachers.
Oh, cool.
And all I've been doing is I saw the climate crisis, I found a cause, and I acted on it. I've had an impact on the people around me, my parents, my family, my friends. They've all changed and become much more environmentally aware, and they've done a lot to help.
Amazing. So that booklet for the teachers, how was it received when you kind of gave it to them?
It was interesting because I did hear about people in schools, people in other schools from my friends. I heard them talk about discussion about me in their schools.
Oh, really?
And that was really interesting because...
But it shows how quickly it could spread.
Yeah, I really didn't think I had that much of an impact, but as soon as that kind of went in, and I also did an article for schools, it's genuinely surprising what you can do. Just take that first step.